Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Foliage. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So guys, today we are going to be talking about a very popular house plant called as spider plant. Now guys, talking about the temperatures, they do quite well in temperatures that are between 20 degrees Celsius up to 30 degrees Celsius. However, they can still handle slightly higher temperatures. Talking about the pot requirement, spider plants like to be root bound in small pots, so don't worry about repotting until the roots have taken up the entire pot. So it's better to wait until you start seeing the roots coming out of the drain hole. Now talking about the light requirement, spider plants like medium to bright indirect light. Solid green varieties need less light. Now guys, if you're going to expose these spider plants to direct afternoon sunlight, then you will notice burns like these. The leaves will get burned, so avoid putting them out in direct afternoon sunlight. Give them indirect bright light or morning direct sunlight for few hours. The soil requirement remains the same for all the foliage plants. The soil has to be loose, porous, well draining. Ensure that in whichever container you have placed your spider plant, it should have a drain hole, because if the water is going to get collected, then there is a high chance that your spider plant will get root rot. When it comes to watering, ensure that at least 50% of the soil or at least 1 to 2 inches of the upper layer of the soil is dry before you go ahead and water. Now remember guys, you need to maintain very slight moisture in the soil, but you do not want to keep the soil soggy wet. Using direct tap water, because it contains a lot of minerals, you might end up getting some brown spots on the leaves. So what you can do is you can either age the water by keeping the tap water in a container or bucket for at least 24 hours before using it for your spider plants. These plants prefer high humidity, but they can also manage an average humidity as well. Talking about dormancy, spider plants go dormant during the winter season, so you might not see much growth on them. Their active growing period is during the summer period, so that is when you'll tend to see a lot of blooms and offsets. Now guys, talking about fertilizers, please do not add fertilizers during the winter period, only during the summer period. You can use any liquid based fertilizer or seaweed, but ensure that you do it maybe once in 3 weeks or once a month. Please do not add too much of nutrients, otherwise the plant will get weak and there will be a lot of brown spots on the plant. So ensure that you do it at least once in 3 weeks or once a month with a liquid based fertilizer. Now pruning can be done if a spider plant produces too many babies. You can cut them off and start new plants. Cut off any brown leaf tips that develop due to too much of fertilizers or maybe due to too much of chemicals in the tap water. That also brings us to propagation. Propagating spider plants is very easy. All you have to do is just separate these offsets that you see, or you can even try the plant division method, but for that you'll have to uproot the plant. So the best option is just separate these offsets and you can start a new plant with that. Now spider plant does get affected with mealybugs, aphids and spider mites, so it's always better to do a routine check and try to stop the infestation at the early stage. You can use any of the organic solutions that you have. Now guys, talking about the toxicity of this plant is not toxic to animals and humans, so it's a safe house plant to be placed at home. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.